Learning te reo Māori is a hard road for everyone, but for those picking up the language later in life, it's even tougher. Tūhoe e Ngāti Raukawa kaumatua Paul Hillman waited 5 decades until he took the plunge. Working nights at the meatworks and with the support of his marae, he recently graduated with a Bachelor of te reo Māori. Mediana Johnson sat down with this humble rangatira.
Every weekend, you'll find Paul Hillman here, tending to his tūranga waiwai, taumato te rā marae.
It's a wonderful thing, you know, your love for your marae.
It's a laborious job, taking 5 hours to do all the lawns and gardens, but it's his way of giving back.
My love and my thoughts have grown for my marae, for things Māori.
Like so many of his generation, he grew up without his culture.
We grew up, in my view, as a normal family, living in the Pākehā world, loving being in the Pākehā world. As we grew into young men and had our own families, we sort of drifted away and did our own things. You know, I have to honestly say, I didn't make time to go to those things.
It took almost 50 years until he was finally given the push to go for it.
My whole journey starts with boy Jayden saying to me when I come back from Australia after living there for 20 years, saying to me, Dad, will you learn the reo for us, your kids and your mokos? And I remember sitting there and we were having a kai together and I was just quite taken back by that, and I didn't know what to say, but I said, yep.
Jayden, why was it so important for you, for your dad to learn te reo Māori?
Well, I thought if he was to learn, then it would make, you know, myself, my brothers and sisters, and all our family, you know, gravitate back to the marae, you know. Those are all our children there.
Jayden and his siblings felt the weight of being disconnected from te ao Māori.
You know, like, we'd come back from overseas and attend tangis and you feel like you're a little bit plastic, you know, like you'll come back and I'll be there and I was thinking, you know, I hope my dad one day, you know, will be able to stand on the marae or, you know, to uphold our mana.
So Paulie began his journey to learning his whakapapa and reo alongside his cousin, Kim Tāne.
He was my inspiration. We were both returning to our marae with the understanding that it was our marae. Our mum and dads loved this marae. Our nanny and koros were part of this marae. So we were just starting our journey back. And tragically, my cousin, he died on his Harley. It was very hard. It still is.
In spite of this mamai, he stayed true to his promise.
I will carry on for my cousin. Always having my cousin close in my heart with things that I do now.
And so it began.
I didn't know if I could do it, you know.
He joined Heke Pautua Rongo Reo, a full immersion te reo Māori program at the Wānanga o Raukawa. For the first year, he was pretty quiet.
I te wā I kai ahau, kaore e te turuki, you know. Nā te mea ka kōrero o te tangata ki ahau I roti te reo Māori, ka kai.
And in his classes, he was also struggling.
I te nunga o te wā, I ki mai I te ratau oku pukinga, kei te marama Pauley, ka...
But his teachers backed him.
I ki mai oku pukinga I te wānanga o Raukawa, kaua e whakamā. He tino kōrero, patua te tani wha whakamā.
And if learning a new language in his late 50s wasn't hard enough,
Tēnā koe Nikki.
Kia Pauley.
after clocking out of the classroom, it was straight to the meatworks.
This is my bread and butter.
Cutting up carcasses into the early hours of the morning, a lot of people couldn't stomach it.
It's hard work, but, you know, you got to do it. I was tired a lot, getting up, having a shower at 6:30, heading off down to the Wānanga at 7.
What was the thing that kept driving you?
That down the line for my children and mokopuna, that there would be something I could share, not tell them, definitely not tell them, but share with them.
His determination was recognised by head puking of Te Reo at Te Wānanga Raukawa, Angie Stretch.
E haerere mai ana, ka hoki atu ia te rā, ao te pō, ia te wiki, ia te mārama mo te rua tau. Ka ngengi ahau te mātakitaki atu I te karauara. Engari ia, he tū whakaiti, he tū rangatira.
And eventually his hard work paid off.
I didn't think with his learning that it would go as big as it has gone. Like he's inspired all of us on our own reo journey and our own journeys into our Māori.
No Ngāti Raukawa a Paul Hillman.
He's given our family more mana.
Engari, he haerenga mutunga kore. This is a journey with no end.
My journey's just started. You know, aha ko he karaua hau, you know. Ono te kaumātahi o kutau, he pēpe hau I roto I te reo Māori, me ona tikanga.
Ka taia no koe ka kōrero mō tō tāwane karaua nā pukapuka.
He's now turning his attention to learning his Ngāti Mano whakapapa from his cousin, Gerald Twumi.
Paku taku āwhina iaia, paku noi wane. E manawa titi tō taku tuakana nei, mo te reo, te whai te reo Māori.
And there's still more whakapapa to be learned.
There's a whole new world on my father's side. So it's another journey, a massive journey. Kei te hia kai koe, Kel?
He's leading by example and laying down the wero for his mokopuna.
Me nā ka tae a koko, a koro rānei, ka tae e koutou.
E kare Pauley tēnā koe e whakawhitiwhita ake ana I te oranga tunutanga o tō tātou reo.